Well, so the big news is that MG has completely stopped taking bookings for the Hector because they've already booked 21,000 cars. They've already sold, they booked those many cars and they will sell them, which means that this year's quota is complete. That's what MG is saying. But we thought that why not make a comparison with the other rival, the Tata Harrier, because the Harrier really is a strong selling car, and Harrier versus MG Hector is a question that you have been asking for a while. So let's discuss what these cars have to offer. So essentially, let's start with the engines. Now, the diesel engines on both the cars are the same. Yes, both of them share the same 2-liter diesel engine from the Jeep Compass, but the big difference is that on the Tata Harrier, it makes only 140 bhp, but on the Hector, it makes 177 bhp. But that's not the only difference. There's also a slight difference in the way they drive, because the Harrier has a lighter clutch, a much lighter clutch, but it has a lot more play in it. So it goes deeper into the footwell and comes back up, while the MG Hector is a much heavier clutch, but with much less play. So that's the big difference. The gearbox is more or less the same. So these are things that you need to consider. The advantage that the Hector has is that it also offers an automatic and it also offers a petrol. Tata does not offer any other option except the manual diesel, but there's an automatic version in the petrol, which is a 1.5 petrol, and you also have 1.5 petrol manual. So there is a big advantage for the Hector. Now, in terms of ride and overall comfort, it's more or less neck and neck, but I would think that the Harrier has a slight advantage in the overall ride comfort. It definitely has a plusher ride and a pliant ride. MG Hector is slightly behind the Tata Harrier in terms of overall ride. The reason for that is that the suspension tune-up from Tata Motors is slightly better. And remember, the Harrier is based on the Discovery Sport platform, which is a more dynamic platform than most other cars in that segment. So it is a better car for overall ride comfort than the Hector. So if you are someone who does a lot of highway travel, then it is the Tata Harrier that you will prefer. Now, in terms of overall features, it is clearly the MG Hector which has the advantage. It has those voice-based apps. It is an internet-ready car, and it also has that big sunroof, which is something that the Tata Harrier does not have to offer at the moment. And even though the seat comfort on the Harrier is better, both the front and the back seats are much more comfortable than the MG Hector, the space inside the Hector is something that you can't ignore, especially the boot, which is a massive 587 liters, which is huge compared to the 425 liters on the Harrier. So the advantage, I think, in the interior department again goes to the MG Hector. But do remember that even though some features are missing on the Tata Harrier, it is a more plusher and a more upmarket cabin, and it definitely feels a lot more upmarket and a lot more posh than the MG Hector. Now, overall, in terms of looks, both cars really look the part. Both of them are head turners, both of them have a lot of chrome, a lot of design elements, so I can't really comment on the looks. You have to make up your mind and decide. So who is the eventual winner of this comparison? Well, overall, if you really look at it, it is the Hector which has a slight advantage over the Tata Harrier in terms of the features, in terms of space, and in terms of the overall engine options. But the Hector is not on sale at the moment. Sales have temporarily been closed because of the overwhelming bookings. So the only option you have really is the Tata Harrier, which in itself is a great car, because remember, it's built on that Land Rover Discovery Sport platform, which in itself is a great platform. So think of the Tata Harrier as a slightly cheaper version or a more affordable version of the Discovery Sport rather than a rival to the MG Hector, and I think you'll make sense of both the cars. It's bye for now, and hope to see you soon.